Hello, hello, hello. Today is Friday. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. And to my lovely co host, Miss Shatrice. Hello there.
Hey world.
I know everybody thought that you had been put in a trunk and dumped in the ocean somewhere because your name has been showing up, but you have not been seen in real life. So I talked to you earlier this week. I said we're gonna have to prove to these people that you still around. You ain't been kidnapped. You ain't been jumped in the Chicago River. You are still alive and doing well. And I, for one, am glad to see you. So welcome back.
I miss y'all. Welcome.
Yes. Now, one of the things that has been going on is Miss Chartrice has, she got a livelihood. She got careers, plural. She has so many things that she do that, it's just hard for her bosses. I told them last week they've been hating on you, okay? They've been hating on you real bad. Because every time they tell you you going to be off, you wind up not being off. So it's been crazy, So this special Juneteenth, happy holiday to everybody, broadcast, we got some stuff to say on today. So first thing I want to do, like I always do, because I know everybody be wondering, why is this guy got on this doctor's outfit? Well, I wear it in solidarity to all of our healthcare workers that are out there on the front line that are help keeping us alive. Because, like I have said to so many people every week, every time I come on the air, that Corona ain't gone nowhere. It's still out there, you know.
It
And
ain't up, y'all.
yeah, and I thank each and every person that's on the front line, help keeping us alive, and all of our family alive, and all of everybody that we know that's out there. I wear this in solidarity to them. I am retired. I am not a medical doctor. I am a doctor, but I'm not a medical doctor. But I wear this in solidarity. When we get an all clear, I'm gonna change my wardrobe. I'm gonna come out with something, excuse me, with something else, okay? But until then, I'm gonna keep on showing up with this outfit on. Also, I want to give a special shout out to all the pastors that are out there, that are spiritual leaders, and people that are out there trying to keep us uplifted at a time like this. We need them, and we appreciate them, and we want them to keep up the work that they do, keeping us uplifted and doing their spiritual job. Special shout out to Dr. Hunt, who is my mentor, my spiritual leader. I tell you, each and every morning, he is on Facebook bringing a instructional, inspirational, motivational message to all of the people that tune in to listen, so that we can be aware of what's going on at a time like this. Because, without a spiritual ear, how can we hear? And it's a beautiful thing that he is up each and every morning praying and leading us in inspirational knowledge that we need at a time like this. So special shout out to him. And last but not least, I'd like to offer up condolences to each and every person who has lost a loved one during this pandemic and the time that we have been going through the shut in. And now, they've opened up the city of Chicago and many other cities. And according to CNN News, I was looking at that updates today. They got 116,000 deaths, throughout the United States. We got over 2 million people that have confirmed cases of corona. So out of those 2 million people that have corona, we don't know how many people are going to survive. The good thing is that a lot of people are surviving now, so that's a beautiful thing. And I'm glad to hear that people are surviving. So we got a chance. Even if we get it, we can survive it. And I thank God. I have taken 2 corona tests this month already and passed them both. So I must be doing something right. So I'm so glad to be able to still be able to show up for you guys each and every time we decide to go live, and I tell you, it is, it's very, very upsetting to see so many people that are, not taking this seriously. These people are not taking this thing seriously. We have a time of civil unrest going on right now, which has led to the current day, the Juneteenth celebrations that are going on and protests that are going on all across the city and across the country. We got a fool in the White House. Yeah, I said it. He's a fool in the White House, who's trying to take credit for bringing Juneteenth, to the forefront of everybody's knowledge. And you can't do anything about what he thinks because he's a legend in his own mind. But I will say this: Juneteenth has been around for over 155 years. Okay, and he ain't that old. Okay, and it's been a lot of what can I say, racial unrest in this country that have allowed us to be able to have this day on the forefront of a celebration and a holiday. And I told them on Tuesday, I know Miss Shatrice was listening when I told them, the protests and the civil unrest that we have got us some victories. We have been able to accomplish some things over time since the 60s and the 50s, and I told them, I'm like, look, I'm 60 years old, so I remember a lot of things. I was right there when we were able to accomplish some things, and I gave them some examples. Like at one point in time in this country, we were not allowed to go to the same bathroom as white folks. They used to have colored bathroom, then they had white bathroom. At one time in this country, we were not allowed to eat in the same section of a restaurant as white folks. We had to have the colored section, we had to have the white section. We also had to ride on the back of the bus at that time. And during those protests and movements and marches, we had gained many, not a lot, but many, improvements, and we still have a lot more to go. I know that justice has been something that has never been displayed towards people of color. We don't get justice. Okay, that's not something that we get. We get accused of something, and we're guilty, and then we go away and serve time. We don't never have a chance to prove ourselves innocent. You did it. Just by the color of your skin, you're guilty. You did it, and you get treated accordingly as a person of with no justice or no right. Okay, and I know, I was looking at some things, and I know Miss Shatrice is sitting there. I know this is all things that you too young to know about some of these, colored bathrooms that they used to have, and the white bathroom. Now, I don't know about too many people, but I think white folks go to the bathroom the same way that black folks do, and I know black folks, have sometimes better hygiene because I've been in the bathroom with some white folks and they didn't wash their hands and they didn't do all of the the perfect hygiene, So I've seen some of them things. I wish we had separate bathrooms at those particular times, but I just say that I've seen some things, okay, and I know that, look, we don't have a problem washing our hands with hand sanitizers and all those things because, hey, even though we might have the high number of cases, but it ain't because we didn't wash our hands before we came out the bathroom. Because I can tell you, my grandparents, they emphasized it, okay? You know, you make sure that you wake up in the morning, you put on clean underwear because you might have to go to the hospital today, and we don't want the doctor to see anything in your underwear that ain't supposed to be there. You know, that's what they used to teach us back in the day. That was important, you know. But I think they fail to realize if something happened, your underwear gonna get messed up anyway because you just gonna let it all go. You know. And I'm making jokes and having fun with this topic because it's not an easy topic. You know, when you think about having separate bathrooms, in this country. And, it's just, it ain't nothing nice about it. That was deep. So I'm hoping that a lot of the agendas that people are marching for, that we're able to accomplish even more. They're out today on Juneteenth, on June 19th, out in celebration of being free or the slaves being set free. That took place, and I wrote that down because I wanted to be able to emphasize that June 19th, 1865 was when they finally got the information that they were free, and it took the army to go down there to tell the folks in Texas that that's what was going on, because white folks was determined not to tell us and not to let us know. And even then, June 19th, 1865 was 2 years after the President Lincoln had signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Now I know I've heard many people all day talking about Juneteenth is very much a part of American history, and it is. But there's some other things that are part of American history that they don't often speak about either. So I've been running my mouth, Miss Shatrice. What does Juneteenth mean to you and the younger generation?
You know what? I didn't know anything about it, to be honest with you. I recently found out about it when I was contacted by a lady out of Houston, Texas. Since she asked me, do I customize different designs? And I told her, yeah. She said, can you customize me a Juneteenth design? And I said, Juneteenth. And she said, yeah. I said, okay, I can do that. My slogan, if you want it, I can make it, I can ship it. But she went on to explain. I asked her, to elaborate. Let me know what that is, because I like to know what I'm making before I make it, because I ain't no negative person, so I definitely ain't gonna make no negative stuff and put my name behind it or nothing of that nature. So when she explained it to me about it being part of African American history, I was shocked. I was shocked because I had never heard anything about it. I've never heard anybody celebrate. I don't do the holidays now, but I grew up with my grandparents and my family, and my dad and my mom and them, and they celebrated all the holidays. And Juneteenth was never a holiday. 4th of July is my thing because I like the fireworks, I like the lights, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So when she broke it down to me for Juneteenth, I was just like, whoa, like that's deep. To the point where I made a status after I did do her design and was like, man, y'all need to learn y'all history, because I got over 4,000 followers on Facebook, and I didn't hear anybody till recently this year talk about Juneteenth. I was just like, okay. So I think that's very important, for our younger generation to know as well, and to be familiar with things of that nature. Because if they celebrate the holidays, a lot of people, it probably wouldn't even matter to them today, because the holidays is not as big as they used to be back in the days. Back in the days, the holidays was big business. We talking about Easter outfits, we talking about Christmas presents, we talking about you got to go all out. And it's not as big today as it used to be, because we're distracted by so many other things that's going on and taking place around us right now, to the point where it's like, oh, okay, but not okay type deal. But for those who do still choose to celebrate the holiday, holidays or whatever, I think that would be awesome for them to implement Juneteenth if that's what they're gonna do, because that clarifies us. Let me also say, because I got a lot of white followers. You hear me? I love everybody. We got a lot of white followers. We love everybody. We ain't leaving nobody out. Y'all hear me? But this was a special day on our behalf. So, we wanted to bring light to today for the African American culture. Us, even though we light skinned, we got freckles, y'all. We black. My mama black, my daddy black. I think his mama black and his daddy black too. I know we don't look like it. Just joking, but yeah, I think that's very important
Yeah,
now.
and you're right. And I got white relatives in my family, which is many families are blended.
Right.
But speaking about the Juneteenth, many people, I guess by me being in media and being in entertainment as long as I have, I've known about Juneteenth celebrations. I've actually been to Texas, put on events in Houston and many parts of Texas, different years, about Juneteenth. And I've also seen Juneteenth celebrations on the west side of Chicago, because there are organizations that would make sure that our heritage was not lost, and that people were aware, of Juneteenth. But like you said, it was not like sound the alarm like they have now, because we got so many protests. I think they marched on City Hall today. They marched in
Yeah.
Grant Park today. So, Juneteenth, I know, like I said, the current president likes to take credit for bringing it to the forefront, but it was always on the forefront, of everybody's awareness that is about African American history or history in America. I'll say it like that. And and I'm not knocking, the people that don't have the dark colored skin. I look so light because I got lights. Okay, I got lights over here, and I know I kind of, I've been out in the sun. I just ain't got my full summer, color yet, but I lighten up in the wintertime, but I've been staying in because of the coronavirus, and I ain't dark as my co-host over there. She a little bit darker because she got a job she got to go to every day. Okay, you know, but no, and it's funny you should say that, because I definitely want to bring something up. Another radio personality, a younger person closer to your age than she is mine, Lady Red, the over on 106 in Chicago. She posted on
Uh-huh.
something on Instagram the other day, and it was a repost, and and this is for a lot of times people that um, when you say Black Lives Matter, and their response is all lives matter, and they're trying to counter what the Black Lives Matter movement is about at the moment. And she reposted something, and I really like it. And I'm gonna encourage you to go read it for yourself so you can get the full understanding. But it's in the New Testament of the Bible, okay? And it's in the book of Luke, chapter 15. And I would encourage you to read, verses 1 through 10. You just read the whole chapter if you really want to get a good understanding of what he was talking about. And I'm gonna kind of paraphrase it a little bit. I don't want to start preaching and taking a text and all that, but I'm gonna start out at verse 2 when it says, I'm gonna start at verse 1. And it said, "Now the tax collectors and the notorious and especially wicked sinners were all coming near to Jesus to listen to him." Okay, so first of all, you got to understand the audience that he had. It was some really bad people there. Okay, and the Pharisees and the scribes kept muttering, indignantly complaining, saying, "This man accepts and receives and welcomes preeminently wicked sinners and eats with them. So they was complaining about the company that he kept. Okay, you know, and so he told them this parable. Okay, and this is the point that I'm trying to get at. What man of you, if he has 100 sheep and should lose one of them? I'm gonna say it again. Who amongst you, okay, that have 100 sheep and you lose one of them, okay, does not leave the 99 in the wilderness or the desert and go after the one that is lost until he is found? So if you are talking about all lives matter, yes, all lives do matter. But if you've got one race of people, which is black, that's in danger, because that's what that
Yeah.
represents. That one
Right.
lost sheep are the people that are Black Lives Matter that are in danger. And right now, you got
Right.
to stop what you're doing to go protect and find the one that needs it the most. So it doesn't take anything away from the 99. All it does
Right.
is saying that Jesus himself said that you, in your right mind, will go looking for the one that needs the most help, that's in danger at this current time.
Right.
So when we say Black Lives Matter, that's what we're talking about. You know, we are the ones that are in danger, endangered
Right.
species at this time. We got a target on us. And we need to make sure that we rally around ourselves in order to make sure that the rest of the world rallies around us to make sure that we can exist. And then you embrace the one that needs to be embraced at this moment. So, I mean, read that whole chapter of Luke 15 in the New Testament. For those that don't know where Luke is at, you know, go to the New Testament, find Luke 15, and read that whole, and it's a parable. But when she posted that, it really touched my heart, you know, and I was like, I'm going to share this on Juneteenth, you know, because I need to address, like you said, the white folks, you know, that are tuned in. We love y'all, but y'all got love.
We love
You know, y'all ain't in endangered species, okay? You know, and
it.
and we need to make sure that you understand that we're the one that need the most help right now. We need the one that need the
Right.
shelter. We the one that need the help to help us continue to exist. You know, I think back over time, and I'm gonna say this: America got blood on his hands, on her hands, because they exemplified America as a female. You know, and America's had blood on his hand, on her hands for a very long time. You know, she made sure that many indigenous people of this country are extinct. There are some Indians or American Indians or Native Americans or people of color of this country were wiped out. You know, they wouldn't stop until they just made sure they don't exist no more. Now, fortunately, there are some that still exist. Otherwise, we wouldn't have no casinos, you know, in certain parts of the country, because they gave them the ability to be able to put casinos on the land that they have not taken away from them, because they took everything else away from them, you know. But in this country, America, her hands are bloody and have always been bloody. Just as a case in point, they're talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma is in the news right now because one of the greatest historical massacres in history took place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right up the street from where Trump is going to hold this rally on tomorrow. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, it used to be a place they call Black Wall Street. We owned everything there. We had our own town. We were self-sufficient. We had money. We had businesses. We had homes. And guess what? America destroyed it. Okay, in 1921, they came over an incident that was not worthy of destroying every man, woman, and child, but they did. America, white America, people of violence went in and destroyed it. Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you don't know the story, go look it up. They even got movies about it. I'm going to give you another one. Rosewood, Florida, took place 2 years after Tulsa, Oklahoma was destroyed. Rosewood, Florida, they made a movie about it. Another incident, another town, another community that was prospered, black folks that were doing well for themselves in Florida, Rosewood, Florida. 1923, completely wiped off the face of the map. Every man, woman, and child destroyed because of an incident involving a black and a white that did not take place to the level where everybody should have been destroyed. So, when you go back to the 1920s and you think about the blood that's on America's hands, yes, it's long overdue. Yeah, it's time for us to be able to live and prosper and have in our communities the things that we were able to have once upon a time. We did it once, we can do it again. And my message to you, the young people, when I say you, I'm talking about you, Miss Shatrice, because you young. Don't give up. Be encouraged. You know, there's so much that we and you can accomplish. Don't let them say, "Oh, you're gonna be all right, baby. It's okay." No. You don't need permission to be upset and angry over the mistreatment of people of color. So, and I say to you, white folks that's listening, say something to somebody. If you
Yeah.
love us like you say you do, you like us. You ain't even gotta love me. If you like us like you say
Yeah.
you do, then be with us and supportive of us and help us. Tell some of your friends, some of your family, look, we need your support. We need you to not massacre us like you have a history of massacring us. And I ain't gonna beat up on nobody, but go ahead. I know you got something to say behind all of that. You know.
I didn't go out there and protest, but I did watch one while I was at work last week, and there was about 10,000 people that came through there. And out of the 10,000 people, it was amazing to see black people, Chinese people, white people. I seen handicapped people. I seen multiple people. And I know that probably took a lot of courage from the police to march along these people as they're protesting against y'all. It's crazy. Like, I don't know if I could have done that part. Y'all want us to go out here and protect them, and they talking about us. They ain't talking about nobody else. But it was amazing for me to see. And one of my businesses is a high rise, and it had like almost 23 floors. It's high rise, and they got their signs draped out the window, and you got people coming up with cameras taking pictures of them. That was amazing. That was a movement that is definitely going to make history, despite all the negative stuff that the other people did and the messing up of the stores and all that other negative stuff. The fact that they was able to continue a peaceful protest afterwards, in spite of everything that was going on, and still come together united. It was shocking. It was shocking to see. That's something I ain't never seen in my lifetime. So it was amazing for me to see it, stuff of that nature. But I also try to tend to keep in mind that we done had multiple presidents. And I tell everybody this, multiple presidents. And nobody so far has completely solved mankind's problems. They can't. It's not for them to do it. They can suppress it. They can try to clean it up. They can try to make it a little better for us. We ain't just talking about race, period. We talking about us a whole as an economy. Each state, each country, all of the above. Jesus is the only person that is going to free us from all these problems. Right now, we just living it and we just trying to survive it the best way we can. So that's also something positive for everybody to keep in mind. You know, yeah, they finna vote again. Yeah, they finna give us another president. We done had multiple. That's fine. You know what I mean? And one is not above the other. They all trying to do the same thing as far as I'm concerned, except for this last one. But I have to remain neutral on that conversation. I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that. But I think before this last one, all the other ones was trying to, you know, and maybe Bush. I said I was gonna remain neutral. I ain't gonna get into that, politics and stuff. But they tried, you know what I'm saying, except for them two. And it ain't nothing for them to fix, you know. They ain't gonna fix it, they ain't gonna make it. It's done. You know what I mean? We got to wait on Jesus to come on down and say, all right, y'all had enough. The competition is over. We know who's gonna win and we know which direction we want y'all to go. That's it. You know what I mean? Man, I wanna send a quick shout out to my son. That on my son, he jumped on the line. Congratulations to James, y'all. That's my Chicago Vocational School. My baby did it, y'all. I'm a proud parent. His dad is a proud parent. I know y'all seen me clown on the book at one point in time too. We ain't gonna go into that. That's a whole different show. But I just want to say congratulations to my son, man. He earned his keeps. Congratulations, James.
Well, congratulations to you and your son. You all did a good job. Y'all got him through the first level. You know, now some more levels to go through. I see we got a couple of
Yes.
folks on the line. Shout out to. We're gonna shout out to your daddy. He's on the line. We got Janetta. We got Paula Gilmore. We got Tom Mason. We got Donald Green all the way over in Phoenix, Arizona. Miss Glenda Dugard. She's in the military. And one of the first, she was on my show one time. She's a book author as well. One of the first black women paratroopers. You know, she used to jump out of perfectly good airplanes. You know, so you know she crazy. You know.
I'm scared of heights, so I salute you, sister. I ain't gonna be
per-
me.
Perfectly good airplanes. She jumped out of them. Okay, when she was in the military. So hey, you know. But you know, look, this is not our Tuesday show. We want you all to come and be with us on Tuesday. Go over to my website www.ask-dr-ron.com. Come back on Father's Day. Me and my special guest, we're gonna talk about next week's special guest. And my co-host, I'm finna call you a special guest. She ain't a special guest. She just came back home, y'all. She was out there in the street running around making money. Now she back. I know that didn't sound right, but she had a gun. I can tell you that. Yeah. She make money with a gun. Now y'all try to figure that one out. And I know your daddy on the line, so he know what I'm talking about. You know, it ain't a bad thing. It just sounded bad. You know. Um, but yes, you know, we want to invite. You say what?
I said when you said it, the broom came right behind and it was just sweeping. You swept it all up.
Well, I know sometimes how it sound, you know, but you know, at the end, we know that they better not mess with you on your job because then you'll be filling out a lot of paperwork for the rest of the night. But you know, I just wanted to come together with my co-host and just you know do a special Juneteenth you know show you know give some information you know and encourage everybody that follow us. You know we got a lot of work to do. We got a long way to go. And you know we're
Yes.
gonna do our part to try and keep you uplifted and encouraged. So you all please tell somebody, like and share, send this information out. If you have, if you want to know more about Rosewood, Florida, go look it up. Google tell you. If you want to know more about Tulsa, Oklahoma, go look it up. Google will tell you. You know, and if you ain't got a
Right.
Bible, all you got to do is ask Google about Luke 15. Google will tell you. It'll find it for you and read it to you if you asked it. Because it's there. It's there. And Black lives do matter. And I encourage each and every person to understand that it's not about nobody else matters. It's just right now. Right now.
Right.
The one is in
Right.
danger. The one is in need of help and in need of love right now. So you got to give love where love is needed so that we all can continue to be all inclusive again in this thing they call America the Great, the America the Beautiful. But America owes a debt that it needs to pay. And I hope America can at least start by paying the debt by, offering up equal and fair justice to all, because it ain't equal and
Yeah.
fair to all right now, you know. And we're gonna get out of here. We love you all. Corona is still out there. Please, please be careful. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Come back and see us on Sunday. We're gonna give you a special love shout out on Sunday,
Yeah.
Father's Day. We're gonna kidnap my co-host again and get her to come over here and say something good. What you gonna leave us with today, Miss Shatrice? You say the final words, and we'll get out of here.
Of the statement that Black Lives Matter, and I just need the world to know, all of our followers, that it ain't just against law enforcement. It's against everybody. Anyone that takes a life, period, needs to know that Black Lives Matter. We got a high crime rate right now as well, not just with the police killing us, but us killing each other. And we need to take them same protest signs, them same banners, and all of the above, and we need to face them to each other and give ourselves a reminder as well that Black Lives Matter. Man, I want to say rest in peace to Lowdown, a gentleman that passed away in our neighborhood, senseless violence, senseless killing, Lauren Johnson. They put that brother down. I want to say today they buried him or whatever the case may be. Man, y'all be careful. Y'all be careful, be safe, pay attention to your surroundings. And if y'all could avoid situations, please, by all means necessary, do so, because it won't be worth it by tomorrow.
Amen. Peace and love. See y'all on Sunday.
Peace.